Hey everyone, this is Derek here. Welcome to the Vikendi Cement Factory. That's right, we are going to be taking another look at the upcoming snow map, the 6x6 kilometer map that's coming to PUBG for the PC as well as the console sometime this winter. And while there's no official release date or even scheduled release date for PUBG Mobile, we can expect that this fourth map will hopefully come there within the next few months too. So what we are doing right now is looking at a recreation from the game files produced by All the News is Good News. So I'll leave a link to his YouTube channel as well as his Discord if you want to check those out in the video description down below. Thanks so much for allowing me to use this footage and providing commentary over it. First, we'll be watching the footage in just normal one-time speed. It's about 3 minutes and 30 seconds or so long. Then we'll be watching it at half speed where we can talk more about different tactical locations on this map as well as some of the unique aspects to the cement factory. So you can see here there are some pretty awesome stairs and railings, and at first I was thinking this was going to be like the multi-power when we were watching the first video that All the News is Good News put out on this map. I thought this was going to be the multi-factory. So, multi-power. Multi-factory is a very vertically stacked, I think it's like 4 stories. It's a really intense place to fight, especially early game or if you get it in war mode. But this actually looks a lot more spread out than I was envisioning when we were just first taking a little 360 around it. So you can see we have some grass here, no snow here. Remember, this map is about like 60% or so snow, and then the rest is forest, and you have some like grassland and some shoreline. I mean, it's similar to Erangel in that, there's great diversity in what this map offers, which is why hopefully it will become one day as popular as Erangel, because Miramar just plays too slow. Sanhok is really cool, but it plays fast. And Erangel, everybody's kind of just fallen in love with it. So I'm curious if this map will have the same effect on everyone or not. So you can see that lots of metal, concrete, and stone used in the construction of this factory. And lots of just catwalks and walkways and, multi-tiered buildings. And my goodness, look at that staircase. Holy cow. I don't even know how many stories that is, but it's probably like 20 stories or something. It looks taller than the that structure in Los Leones on Miramar, the concrete, building in the middle of that city that is under construction. That was my video, the highest place to snipe or how to get high in PUBG Mobile or something like that. It was pretty funny, and definitely one of my favorite sniping locations on that map. But this looks to even be taller than that. So this, I don't know what the quality of the loot is going to be. I would imagine it's going to be pretty good. But I could see this being an excellent place for the zone to close. Late game, lots of sniping opportunities out of these windows if you have the optics to support that, as well as the weapons. You can see there is a nice like 3-story structure right in the middle that could become, this. I was talking about Castle becoming the boot camp, and I still think that will be the case. But a location like this certainly could be like the ruins of this map, or maybe the, like I said, multi-power, multi-factory. I mean, good loot and multiple squads dropping here. So we'll have to see. But here we go. We're going to take another look at this at half speed. Hopefully we can point out some more interesting aspects to this map location. So you can see a good number of windows to potentially snipe out of. We also have those large conveyor belts that connect the buildings. You can see through those like overhead walkways almost. So I'm curious if we are going to be able to indeed walk through those, and if we can use those to quickly access other buildings in this compound, because it looks like some of these walkways are so elevated that if you could shoot, I'm not sure, it looks like the windows are boarded up or have some sort of like sheet metal over them, but if any of those are open, that would be an excellent spot to snipe out of. And you know me, we love our roof climbs and our bridge climbs, so when I see this, I'm immediately wondering, can we climb up on top of those and potentially go prone with a 6 times or an 8 times and take shots off of that location? We also have these massive 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe there are 4 of them. Let's see. No, there are 3 of them. So massive, like concrete. I don't know what these would hold. Maybe storage tanks for the facility. But I'm pretty sure we can get up to the top of them via one of those massive staircases, which I said probably 20 stories or so. Don't want to fall off of those for sure. But that could be another excellent sniping opportunity, keeping in mind that at least on PUBG Mobile, the render range of players is about 320 meters. So if you're up super high, like let's say you're up 80 meters up, then that means that people are not going to render out as far away. So even though you have an excellent sniping vantage point, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to make the most of that location unless the zone is closing over here. So you can see this metal staircase is a way to make your way into one of these concrete buildings. And it looks like there is a window there that you could vault out of. And do we have a connection? So I'm wondering, do we have one of those like little overpass conveyor belt looking things to be able to climb out of? So here he goes. He's going to work his way back down the same staircase he just went up, going to vault off of it. And look at those suspended structures. So like I said, I think, especially in PUBG Mobile and on the PC too, having the high ground is huge tactically in many, many situations. So I'm very curious how easy it will be to access those walkways and how much of an advantage they will provide. It also looks like the staircase doesn't go down to the bottom there. So you may, we'll have to look at this closer once we actually can play the map, of course. But it looks like we might need to use like a UAZ trick, park a UAZ underneath that staircase, jump onto the roof of the UAZ, and then jump onto the staircase from that. Or maybe there's some opportunity to, flip a motorcycle off of a nearby jump and then land on that staircase. Because if you can get onto that staircase, then you can access the top of that structure, which, like I said, excellent place to just snipe from and hide, and it's just a really cool spot. But I'm curious how easy that will be to get to. So here is one of the lower buildings, and again, many of these buildings have multiple stories too, so very, very dense. I'm expecting this will be, like the castle, will be another potential war mode location on this map, because that would be pretty awesome, as well as arcade mode, because then you get a lot more use out of it. And obviously a lot of thought went into the design of this type of location, so it'd be cool to see it used for more than just classic matches where, well, depending on where the zone falls, it might not end up being that popular. I know this is on like the southeast end of the island, so how many closes are we going to have in this location versus something like the castle or the Cosmodrome, which is over in the northern part of the map. So again, just really cool. I said lots of windows there. Those windows are at a height which, if you are crouching, you can hide, and if you're standing, you can shoot out of them. So, even first person perspective, those windows will certainly provide an advantage. There you can see how you could potentially get onto the roof of that building via that staircase. Looks like it wouldn't be too hard to jump onto that, but the staircase onto the top of that massive concrete tank is broken at the bottom there. So it'd be very easy to get down from that location using that. You can easily jump across between roofs there. But as far as actually accessing that staircase, like I said, we might need to use some sort of a vehicle trick or a hop or something in order to actually get up there. Now we're back to the conveyor belt. It looks like you could get on this and just walk right up it. So that would allow you access into this production facility as well as the catwalk that is adjacent to it. So it looks like, yeah, we have another. See, you can absolutely climb up on that staircase and then access even higher locations from here. Or you could just, work your way down this conveyor belt into this building, which is accessible via the staircase that we were looking at earlier. So a really unique location. Like I said, lots of design went into this. Very excited to see how it actually plays, as well as what the quality of the loot is, because I'm expecting it to be pretty good. I'll be disappointed. I won't lie. I'll be disappointed if the loot is trash, because I would love for people to have a reason to come here and fight over this location early game too. Obviously, if the zone's closing here, you're going to have squads, you know, competing for position. But I would love to see this become something, like I said, like a multi-factory, where, you know, in high-level games, you may have a squad or two that drop here, or maybe even 3 squads drop here and fight for that early game loot, and, you know, just being able to survive the early game. So as we take a final look through this compound, lots remains to be figured out and discovered. But thanks again to All the News is Good News for providing this footage. Lots of excitement surrounding this map, and definitely looking forward to covering it more in the future. So if you enjoyed the video, my name's Derek G. Definitely give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and consider subscribing if you haven't already for tons more PUBG Mobile content. I hope to see you on the battlefield soon, or my Discord server, which I'll leave a link to down below.